Alright, we back, YouTube. I tried to make this one video, but I messed up on my phone. I'm doing all of this with my phone, so excuse me. Sorry it's two videos, but just want to cut back into it. Show you guys. I just now cut the piece out. I haven't cleaned it. I haven't touched it. This is exactly how it looked soon when I pulled the piece out. Now, remember I showed you how much material I had already got out of those holes in the frame. Now, there's still, just piles and piles, and you can see all of the loose rust. And, this frame is in bad shape. But, we're gonna get it together. See all of them holes back there, holes in the bottom. All of that's gonna get replaced with new metal. It's just a process, takes time. Here's the piece I cut out. Show you guys. That's the piece I cut out. Flip it over so you can see the other side of it. So we got that piece cut out. Now, I got all of that. I'm gonna take the needle scaler. I'm gonna clean all of this out first. Take the needle scaler and just bust all of this rust up. And I know it's gonna bust more holes in there, but we gotta do it. We gotta get all of that rust out of there. After we get all of the big rust out, take the wire wheel, clean it up some more, and see just how bad it really is. Like I said, I know it's gonna bust more holes in here, but this is a part of the process. Midwest Customs and Frame Repair. This is what I do. This is what I get myself into. Sometimes I wonder. Now my grinder, let me show you guys. My grinder took a shit on me. This is a Metabo grinder. If anybody, if you know about a Metabo grinder, these grinders are the best grinders I feel like money can buy. I think these things is, made in Germany, if you can see it right there. I had this grinder for years. It's a bad grinder right there, man. I done had DeWalt's. I done had a few other grinders, Milwaukee's. Nothing compares to this Metabo. And they're expensive. They're over, $250, $280. You catch a sale sometimes. But it just now took a shit on me. So I'm gonna try to email Metabo and see. As expensive as them grinders are, hopefully they have some kind of warranty on them or whatever. But I had to finish it off with some old air tools, cut-off wheel, small cut-off wheel. But I want to show you guys. I think I showed this to you guys before in a previous video. I got this off the Mack truck. Now, I don't do tool reviews. I don't really brag about tools. This thing costed a lot of money. Money I really didn't have. But when I tell you, this is a bad dude, man, this thing is unstoppable. I had a previous one from Harbor Freight, body saw, and it tore up, and sorry the camera's so shaky, y'all. It tore up literally. I did a few cuts with it, and the parts broke off of there, interior parts broke off, and I took it back. I got another one. I haven't really used it yet, but I know it's gonna do the same thing, because when you're cutting through thick metal like this. Now, the thing I like about this one off the Mack truck is it has the ability to put a regular size Sawzall blade in there. Now, you can put any size in there. Let me show you the last blade I just took out of there. This is nice. I had this big long blade in there, and this one finally burned up. I burnt this blade up, so it wasn't no good. I had to put that smaller blade in there. But like I said, I had this big blade in there, and this baby will cut through anything. If your blade is sharp, this air saw will not bog down. It's air over, I don't know what he explained it to me, but it's not just air in there. It's like air over a rotor or something in there that spins, and that's what gives it all its power. But it also has the ability to put the small body saw blades in there for fine cuts. If you need to cut something real fine, precise. But the Sawzall blade, it's unstoppable. If you got a big enough air compressor to run it, it will cut literally through anything. So that's like the fanciest tool I got. It was like $300 on the tool truck. I paying payments on there. Like I said, I try not to buy these fancy tools, but when it comes to certain things you need and you doing this kind of work, you know, sometimes you got to spend a little extra. I love Harbor Freight. Go to Harbor Freight all the time. Try to buy as much stuff as I can from Harbor Freight because it's practical, it's cheap, and you know, basically anybody can afford it. But sometimes you got to spend a little extra, like I said, for the grinder, for the, you know, some of the air tools you use every day, and you know, it just helps. But like I said, I just want to show you guys what it looks like. I'm gonna clean it all up. Take the needle scaler. This needle scaler is from Harbor Freight. It was like, I don't even know. This is the mini needle scaler. They got one that's a lot bigger and a lot more powerful, and it definitely will bust big holes through. This is the small one. I think it was like 12 bucks. This thing works great. Harbor Freight, Pittsburgh, whatever brand this is. But like I said, it's like 12 bucks. You get your 20% off coupon, you're in there. But this thing works great. It'll bust all of this rust off of here. And I mean, it cleans it up nice, saves you a lot of time, and gets the job done. But here, this is where we at so far. Like I told you before, I just stopped right here, but all of this is getting replaced as well. But I just wanted to have a stopping point. I didn't want to cut too much metal out. Once I get my new piece of metal cut, now with the way I do it with this, how I get my, you know, my cut piece for this, is I just take cardboard. Find me a nice cardboard box. We got a gas station right across the street from the shop. They throw away cardboard boxes all the time. Let me turn the phone sideways. So I'll take me a piece of cardboard, put it on there, have my buddy help me, just take my Sharpie, just mark the outline of it. Then when I cut my piece out with the scissors, razor blade, whatever you want to use, then you can just fine trim it to where you know that you're gonna meet up with this surface. Now some people like to go inside of here, you know, between the two pieces of metal. That's fine, or you can butt it up right to the outside of the metal and weld it. Now the frame curves, so you're gonna cut your cardboard, it's gonna have a curve in there. You're not gonna really be able to match the curve on the piece of metal you cut. So in certain sections, like here, it's pretty straight coming up, but as it comes up in here, it curves. So I know when I get to this section here on my cardboard, I'm gonna leave my piece of cardboard a little wider than this whole section. So as it's curving, because I'm gonna have to use the torch. As I start welding it through here, I'm gonna heat it with the torch and bend it, beat it until it gets to the form of this frame that I want. And as it's coming through here, I'm gonna have to heat it and beat it more. So as it's coming through this area here, your metal is gonna be twisting and turning a lot more. So you wanna have some excess metal in this area here. So I might cut it an 1/8 inch on each side, top and bottom, bigger, maybe a 1/4 inch even. Cut it bigger. So when it gets into this area, I know as I'm bending it and twisting it and beating on it, that I'm still not gonna, you know, because it's gonna shrink up. As you twisting and turning, the top might get lower, the bottom might get lower, you know, so you wanna make sure you got enough metal to cover all of this. You don't wanna have no big gap in here or nothing that you're trying to fill with weld. So I leave a little extra in this space here. Comes down, and then it's gonna mold into here. I'm gonna mold it right around this body mount. And then, like I said, all of that'll get replaced next. But that's the process I use. Just want to show you guys, update you. Thanks for watching.